Hey, everybody. So, Michael Rubin of Fanatics gave a really interesting interview last week to CNBC about what his plans are with Fanatics and the sports card industry over the next 25 years. I think 15 to 25 years, whatever the contracts are that they signed. And so, I wanted to just kind of go through some of the points that he made and talk about some things that I think he's planning on doing. Some of the stuff I've seen in other videos and on Instagram, but some of this stuff I don't think is really being discussed a lot, and it'll be a really interesting change, some really interesting changes to the industry. So let's dive right in. So I'm taking this from sportscollectorsdaily.com, where they typed up some of the quotes from the interview. So he wants to implement a more direct consumer approach. This is not new. We've known about this for a couple of months now. I talked about it. A lot of people have talked about it. They want to eliminate the distributor model. Obviously, the big question here is what happens to local card shops. I don't know, but they have assured local card shops that things will be better for them. So I think that's a positive. This is really about a completely different vision for the trading card industry. If you really think about the collector experience, it's pretty brutal today. You've got to buy primary cards with so many people kind of in the middle of it. Then you sell a secondary card somewhere else. That would be the eBay or the COMC. And he says you get your cards graded by another party. So your CSG, your PSA, SGC, B. Beckett, you store them with somebody else, and that's, you Vault or also COMC, if not your house. This is about our vision to create an incredible collector experience to bring all the pieces together. And this is where it gets interesting. I think this is where Rubin envisions Fanatics being the Amazon of the sports card world, which could be a real thing. I can envision Fanatics managing the entire thing end to end. You buy your card from Fanatics, you sell it with Fanatics, you get it graded by Fanatics, you store it with Fanatics. This is a real vision that I think he has right now. Now, I haven't thought through any of the conflicts of interests, but I'm sure there are some. Rubin says it's absolutely possible Fanatics will acquire an existing card maker like Topps or Panini. This is not a surprise. We've been suspecting that this would happen for a couple of months. Then he says, all of these trading card companies, they're good manufacturers. They're good at what they do. They just didn't have a vision for building a much more direct consumer model, which is eliminating the distributors, and then bring all the pieces together to create a good collector experience. And this doubles down on what I'm talking about here, which is the Amazon of the sports card world. He says, this hobby has so many people in the middle of it and perfectly set up to have an integrated direct-to-consumer experience. So again, I think Rubin is planning a big centralized company for all of your sports card needs. Then he says the traditional trading card manufacturers make close to $1 billion selling to distributors. When you think about taking this model much more direct to consumer and then adding in kind of an integrated collector experience, primary cards sold, secondary market capabilities with grading and breaking, there's another new one there, and insurance and storage and financing, this is a very massive opportunity. And he's right. The sports card market is very complex. As somebody who just got back into card collecting earlier this year, it's really hard to figure out where to go next, what to do, where to sell, where to buy, what's the best thing to do, who to grade your cards. And if he can make that easier for a subset of the industry or the whole industry, then I think he's right. It is a very massive opportunity. I am really interested to see what he does with this. Another really intriguing part of this, which I didn't realize, is that Rubin was one of the investors who purchased CCG Group, or the Certified Collectibles Group, the parent company of CSG, which began grading sports cards earlier this year. Now, CSG is a new spin-off of CCG. They are backlogged as a grader like everybody else, but they also have cheap grading opportunities, $12 per card for bulk. They have nice slabs, although they look much better when you use the subgrades. They're really tough on grading, but it's interesting because this is Rubin's part of that group. So is this going to be something that he works to fold in under Fanatics to be part of their grading arm? I don't know. We'll see. So that's all. I think that there's more to this Fanatics thing than anybody realizes, including myself, of course. I'm just very interested to see where he's going with Fanatics, and I think it's going to be bigger than anybody can imagine. More integrated solution. You're going to have every arm of the sports card world right there in Fanatics rather than going to 15 different websites. And I'm excited about it. I'm nervous about it, of course, but as a collector, I don't try to sell cards. As a collector, I think it could be exciting. Anyway, I'm excited to see where this world goes under Rubin and Fanatics, and I guess we'll find out in the next few years. Anyway, that's all. Please consider subscribing to my channel. I put out a couple of videos per week all about the sports card world, and thanks for watching.